I took
Well,
like
my
4
job
days of
couldn't
work.
be done from home, but if somebody like we shared a shared office,
And
but I would
we
focus and
are live.
Hi.
Oh,
hello,
hi.
Hello.
How is everyone?
good.
Caffeinated.
Yeah, I saw the cup.
In process of
That's not.
caffeinating.
Which one did you bring?
Oh, nice.
Oh no.
This is why I love going to Marshall's. For those of you who don't know, it's kind of like a secondhand store, but not really. And it's they always have the biggest mugs there, and I'm like, yes, come to mama.
Yeah,
The big
I
mugs.
remember the problem is people show me a regular size coffee mug, which is like the little ones, and I'm like, it's not a freaking coffee mug. Don't even attempt.
The 8-ounce
It's
mug.
like this is a
It's a
12-ounce
pressure
mug. That is a load of bullshit. That's
I-
an attempt at a
yeah.
coffee mug.
I have
Is
to
that
go
for children?
maybe minimum 16, maybe 16 ounces minimum now, which is decent size
Yep.
mug. So I'm like, that's a minimum now. I've been spoiled. I can't go back.
If the mug does not come in at least a 16, you can just stop advertising it as a coffee mug.
That's a paperweight.
No.
I mean, there is a couple mugs like on Etsy that I'm in love with, and they're 15 ounces, and I'm like, I'm okay with that. I'm okay going down and out.
I could just
for a
drink
free
2.
mug. It's just, yeah, I've been spoiled. I still have some old mugs that, of course, are like sentimental to me that I still keep, and I'm like, oh, I gotta upgrade to the bad boys. Big boys.
I was hurting because I didn't have creamer for like a week, so I wasn't able to drink coffee. Now I can.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah, I sympathize. I have to have creamer. I have to have flavored coffee, or otherwise I can't.
Not to mention, it's perfect kind of cold weather right now, so nice hot cup of coffee.
Oh, that means it's 65 in California?
Mm-hmm.
Hey. As an old Cali, I understand. The second it hit 70
okay.
degrees, I'm like,
Okay.
I can wear boots.
No, correction. It's 62.
Okay.
Oh my, it's just enough for a sweater. Oh my.
Hey, shush you. Us cold
Can't
intolerant
hear you,
people.
Grave. You're muted.
Said, Fox, it's -5. It's time to break out the barbecue.
That's what Tilt was saying. I'm like, it's still snowing where you are. He's like, no, it's all melted now.
It's all
I'm like,
melted.
"Well, it's still cold."
You know, if we could wade through the snowdrift, we could barbecue. You're right.
That's the problem. That's the problem right there. It's like, once the barbecue's up to temperature, it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, except there's like
fire
about a
beat-
3-foot snowdrift around.
That's why we have a covered concrete patio, so we can still barbecue in the middle of winter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
Nice.
I have nothing to say. One of my friends used to live in his apartment, and during the winter, he would pull up his barbecue to the patio door so he could open the patio door and barbecue. And I'm like, I love
Well,
it.
I think he does that in his house still. I think he has the barbecue by the door.
Yeah, by the front door.
Well, speaking of things that aren't barbecues,
And
Um,
aren't-
Well,
No,
I
it
mean,
is.
my
It
last
is.
landed kind of barbecue.
Yeah, no, it still is.
yeah, like Rosa said, yet. But the last time we were together, you all were able to do a bit of investigation around the supposedly haunted house of a very interesting individual who you had heard of and had very brief encounters with when you were children in your village. Just this strange eccentric gentleman that everybody knew was Kalen. You broke into the house because a small child told you that there was a ghost inside, and kind of Valen told you that you had to go, in his words, punch the ghost. And then a bit of information was leaked out about the town through conversation with other individuals in the town itself, which just made Gray a little more excited to go in and maybe even do a heist. Gaining access into the room or into the house itself, you found it to be very plain and very empty, save for a singular room that appeared to be just a study jam full of papers and books and an overturned recording stone that was seemingly caught on a playback loop, which sort of explained the noises everybody in town were hearing and the rumors of a ghost being in the town. Well, not in the town, but in the home itself. Throughout investigating, you found a secret gateway to a small, what you learn to be manually created pocket realm. A small forge that Kalen was using to manufacture things in his works as an artificer. He ran into his security guard, we can call him. And after a depending on who you ask, either a well place or a inopportune shatter spell, ruptured the coalesced mana crystal that was acting as a power core for this construct. Quickly, you all fled the pocket dimension back into Kalen's study right as the construct exploded and the residual magical feedback destroyed the pocket realm and destroyed any means to get to it. Thinking that that would probably be a good time, you all got ready to leave, only to be apprehended by a couple anti-magic wards that Kalen had put up around his house. You had a small conversation with Kalen. He begged you not to tell anyone that you saw him here, that he was on important business. He was only here for a brief moment and he would be leaving again. After releasing you from the bindings of the anti-magic wards, you made your way downstairs, saw a very strange backpack, and fought the urge to all be loot gremlins and let it be. And where we ended was you began to leave the property, and you had just walked past the rusted iron gates that had surround the property itself, making it a few steps down the road before the home itself exploded in a spectacular fashion behind you, sending wood and shingles and glass just spraying everywhere. And that is where we are going to pick up, not 1 minute later. Not really sure what just happened. You're all still coming to terms with the house exploding and Kalen's condition, if there is any Kalen left. And you can already hear a small alarm of bells sounding down in the town, and you can begin to hear a growing commotion. But at the moment, you are the only ones here within range of the house to do anything if you wanted to before the rest of the town arrives.
Is there any fire associated with this explosion, or like is the ruins of the house on fire, or was it a completely fireless explosion?
Given what you can see now, you don't see any fire that is cause for alarm. You do see small gatherings of flame on pieces of wood that have been licked by it, but nothing that would tell you that anything in the town is in danger of catching fire after this.
And what is the state of the house? Is there any of it that remains, or was it just completely blown to bits? Or
the foundation itself, there are still remnants of it, and like a small portion of the front porch still seems to be intact, but for the majority of it, the main body, like lower and upper floors, have been detonated and scattered.
I think Gray's probably gonna rush back to where the front door was, and try and get a better look at the remains of the house and listen for any movement in the rubble, if anyone or anything survived.
Okay, yeah. So as you're running back up, and you cross through the remnants of this iron gate, making your way towards where you had just come from, where the front door would have been. Can I get a wisdom saving throw from you?
You sure can. Well, I was gonna talk about how great druids are at wisdom, but that 2 on the die makes that a total of 8.
So the rest of you see Gray just instantly turn and just make a beeline for the house. What sort of look does Gray have on his face at the moment? Like, what emotion can anybody gather from him if it just for like a cursory glance?
I think the look on his face after the surprise of the explosion has passed is just one of worry and concern, because I mean, we knew there was somebody in that house just a moment ago, and so his immediate reaction is, oh, this person needs help, I need to go help them, and the look on his face reflects that concern.
And as you cross over the gate, you make it probably about a good 4 or 5 steps onto the property when you begin to feel the hairs like stand up on your arms, and you can begin to smell just like a very strong scent of ozone in the air. And just before everything goes dark, you're reminded of nights when lightning strikes were prevalent. As those of you who are off the property begin to see just small, like static flecks of electricity beginning to form around Gray's person. And then there's just a bright zap, and Gray seizes up and falls to the ground unconscious.
I think Ren's going to go try and yank him out of there at that point.
Okay. Ren, as you cross over trying to get to your friend, can I get a wisdom saving throw from you?
Please be nice, dice.
You're asking the impossible from your dice.
They were nice. They rolled a 14, so total 16.
Total 16. Okay, that is good enough. You know, seeing what happened to Gray, you know what to maybe expect. And just as you get that feeling that there's going to be just like another surge of electricity through the air, you sort of lower yourself down to the ground, just grounding yourself. You don't black out. You still take a little bit of damage here, as you are going to take 6 points of electricity damage.
Okay.
And then the Electro siblings.
I was about to say, sister, why are they playing in the current?
Yeah, Ren's just going to drag him out.
Yep, you just grab him and pick him up, or grab him, pick him up, or grab him and like just drag him across the ground. It's up to you.
Drag him across the ground and then pick him up
Okay.
once we're out of the range of whatever's happening.
Okay. And since you made your save, you are able to pull both of you and Gray out safely. Fox, I will say Gray is not at 0 HP. This is more of just a physical reset than, you're on death's door.
I thought as much since you didn't ask for death saves.
Yes.
But you all see, you all see Ren just drag Gray through the property, then pick him up once they're outside of the gate and bring him back towards the collective group.
Well, sister, it seems like work has come to you for once.
I need to raise
Yeah,
Tilt's
give me a
volume just a
sec.
little bit.
Sorry, I'm trying not to wake up the kid.
No, you're good. I normally have you at like 65% in Discord, so I just had to raise you up a little bit.
Today's going to be a slightly lower day. I have a deep voice and kiddo's sleeping. I do not
Yep.
want to wake her up.
I don't blame you.
Well, I am going to take the hand off of Gray, and does he look injured at all?
Not really.
I was gonna say, do you want a medicine on this to figure out what the heck happened?
You definitely could give me a medicine check.
That is a 22.
A 22. From the looks of it, just from like doing as much of a medical examination as you can in an open field, it just looks like he took way too much electrical current through his body to maintain consciousness.
Do I know if something like cure wounds would fix the problem?
With the 22, you would know that cure wounds necessarily wouldn't allow him to regain consciousness. He isn't in a dying state. It's more of just being knocked out.
Okay, then we're going to do the tried and true medical practice of waking Gray up.
And say, do you have
How
smelling
many-
salts?
Shake vigorously until he wakes up.
Give me another medicine check.
I was about to say, sister, I don't believe the shape of your face will allow for mouth to mouth.
That is a 24.
A 24. Surprisingly enough, in your field of expertise, shaking an unconscious person is the perfect way to wake them up without any injury. As you give Gray just a very vigorous shake, and it brings him back to reality.
And then I will set Gray down.
How many feet are we away from the house?
From where you're at, you're probably about a good like 25, 30 feet.
25. Okay. Does my divine sense pick up any? Does it pick up a strong sense of evil or a strong evil?
It doesn't pick up anything at all.
Okay. Great.
Welcome back, Ray.
So I don't recommend anybody go in there.
Yeah, that did not look good.
Well, I can tell you that
Seems-
I'm not sensing any evil there, if that's any help.
Seems like he had quite the electrifying experience.
Oh, but sizzly, all right. Feel a little crispy now.
And as you say that, there's just... Gray, you smell it again. As the scent of the ozone just picks up around the area. And you can see, like, electricity starting to, like, just branch off of the the iron gates and anything metallic around you.
I think I think Gray is just gonna like shout out, "Ground yourselves," and then he's gonna try and distance himself from his friends, particularly the ones that are maybe wearing metallic armor, and also away from the iron gate.
Okay.
I'll draw my rapier and stick it into the ground. Oh, sort of at arm's length.
Okay. So what I'm going to need from everybody is a Constitution saving throw this time. If you are in metallic armor, this is going to be made at disadvantage.
And if we're resistant to electrical damage,
Yay for being.
If you are resistant to electrical damage, it is not the same as getting. Well, technically, do you have advantage on saves against electricity, or are you just resistant to the damage?
resistant.
Okay, so you would still have to make the save at disadvantage. You'll just be taking half damage, and if you make the save, you'll take no damage.
Could I maybe make the roll at advantage if I use Druidcraft to make a small, not tree, but twig essentially sprout out of the ground that I can grab hold to ground myself?
Sure. You can also take a point of inspiration for that.
Thank you.
Because I've got my rapier in the ground, am I at advantage or just regular roll?
Since you've put the one metal thing that you've got on you into the ground, if you're keeping it grounded and you're grounding yourself, you can make these rolls at advantage.
Oh, thank you.
This goes for anyone.
Help.
All right, so I will go around the table here. Fox, what'd you get?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Grave.
19.
19. Gilly.
16.
Siva.
9.
9. Tilt. If you're talking, you're muted.
Sorry, I was muted. I got a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. And Zorro.
23.
23. So,
Oop.
everybody but Jade, you're fine. As you see, just for a brief moment, a flash of light, just as like you are temporarily blinded by a lightning strike. And then you hear a low hum in the air. And a soft purple light beginning to form right in the center of this house, like right outside the center of the house. As it feels as if a gravity well begins to pull you. And as it does, and it pulls, those of you who succeeded are able to ground yourselves, keep yourselves low in order to resist this this pull. Jade, you are pulled up into the air and pulled towards the house. As you go,
How high in the air?
you're probably about 10 feet in the air and being pulled back at a rapid pace towards this house. And as you do, the metal gates and everything get uprooted and pulled into this small orb. And for a moment there, you think that Jade is going to be pulled into this as well, but it swells at the last moment and then collapses in on itself. Jade, you go tumbling to the ground and come to a skidding halt at the edge of a now perfectly like lower dome formed crater where the house used to be.
It's too close. Do I take any damage?
You do not take any damage.
Yeah, that was not terrifying at all.
And as this happens, a couple people from the town sort of rush up behind you, and they are just in a panicked state. Grave, your sister Kit walks up and just punches you in the arm.
Ow.
The hell happened?
I don't know.
Is this how they taught you how to fight ghosts at your adventuring schools?
No. This wasn't us. We didn't do this. I mean, we were in the house, but after we left, it just exploded.
It exploded.
Yeah.
What did you touch?
I don't think we actually touched it. Well, okay, we did accidentally collapse that portal dimension. But I don't think that did this.
Go back. Portal dimension. The house had a portal dimension.
Yeah, it did. It was like this crazy, like, artificer place with a robot in it that tried to kill us.
He was a crazy robot wizard?
Well, the robot, I think, is dead by accident. But the artificer, I don't think they like being called wizards. The artificer, he actually showed up, and we had a conversation with him. And he was a little quirky, but I think he was fine.
Wait.
He might be a criminal. But when we left...
I'm sorry?
Well, he was talking about, like, a heist, but I don't really know if it was, like, heisting the bad guys, or he's gonna go break into a big bank somewhere. He was not forthcoming with all the details. Anyway, he had a conversation with us and we parted ways. We were just gonna go back into town, but as soon as we crossed the threshold of the property line, boom.
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 Okay. We can't tell anybody what happened. People will panic.
I mean, I'm panicking a little bit.
Yeah, well, you're trained for this.
Right.
Look, we got to come up with a story. There was a gas leak, or there was some sort of magical trap that he set on the door, and you guys you guys didn't realize it, and you accidentally tripped it, and that's why you ran away from the house, and then it exploded.
Hold on. I don't like that scenario blames us for it, even if it was an accident.
Look,
it just had a rogue magical device that went off.
Yeah, well, we can do that. Yeah, rogue magical device that went off when you went in the house. It was a trap.
There was a bag that he left by the door that I'm pretty sure had something interesting in it. So maybe that's what did it.
Okay, look, I'll do my magic. I'll talk to those who need talking to. I'll spin the story. Go get Jade.
Oh, right. Yeah. Something real weird happened after the explosion.
I saw that.
Oh, you saw it?
The implosion.
Okay. Yeah. Also, I think I got electrocuted.
You did get electrocuted.
Okay. Yeah, because I just felt things get weird, and then suddenly it was all black, and then suddenly I'm waking up over here. So I assumed that's what happened.
Oh, so you need to eat more. You're a little light.
I won't say no to some free grub.
Okay, let's not talk about food right now.
Right.
You look fine. Thankfully, the electrocution didn't kill you.
Yeah, thankfully.
You and your friends need to get away from here. I'm not saying run away from town or anything. Get Jade. Go back to the tavern. Go somewhere away from here. I'll start feeding all the gossipers around here the information that needs to be given. Just don't tell anybody else what you told me.
Right. Aside from, it just causing a panic, is there a reason that we shouldn't say anything? I feel like,
Look,
maybe there's something you're not telling us.
last thing we need is a bunch of people showing up to do an investigation because of some weird robot wizard. Let's just leave it as it is. I'll let the people know. I'll let those who need to know, and then they can begin coordinating things.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. But if there's something you're not telling us, you got to tell us later.
First off, that's not a law. Secondly, I know jack all about this. I thought the place was haunted.
I kind of was.
Oh, yeah. Exploding ghost theory. That's a good one.
Wasn't
It's
he
as
always a
sound as any other.
wasn't this guy always a weird artificer like wizard thing?
He was a
I
weird
feel
guy.
like that was a secret.
We thought he was a weird wizard. Like, nobody had any confirmation. He was just some nosy guy that just, bugged everybody about all of you when you were kids. But I don't know. Look, get away from here. I'll meet you all later on, or I'll meet you later on tonight or tomorrow or whatever. Just don't
Okay.
say anything to anyone else except the agreed upon story.
Right. I will go check on Jade, make sure she's okay, and then we get out of here, I guess.
And as you separate from your sister, you see Kit sort of clap her hands a couple times and like put them up to like get everybody else's attention. She's like, "Okay, people, we need to get away from here. I just had a talk with my brother and the other and his friends, and they are certified adventurers now, and they say that it is too dangerous for anybody who hasn't been trained to handle these circumstances to be here. So if we can just get everybody to back away, go back to whatever you're doing. There is nothing to be concerned about, nothing to see here. We will talk with the mayor when it needs to be done, and then he'll give a statement at a later time." And the group around is like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. It's too creepy over there anyway. And they just all begin to like wander away and disperse. Jade,
Yes.
while you are at like looking down into this crater near the center, you see this small, what seems to be just sliver of black glass sort of sticking up from the dirt. That's not what the music I want. What am I doing?
Like obsidian kind of thing, you mean?
From where you're standing, it just looks to be a black sliver of glass.
How big would it be?
From where
Or
you're
can
at,
I judge that?
from where you're at, you're probably guessing it's about like 2.5 inches.
So small.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is there some kind of a check I can do to see if it's ringing any bells?
Are you going down to investigate it, or are you just like
No. I mean, you're saying
Go
it's
ahead.
dangerous. There's a crater there
Oh yeah.
with a dome over it.
No, it's you just see it's like a domed crater, so it's just like a perfectly
I see it.
Yeah. It's like a half
okay,
sphere. Just like a half spherical
okay.
dome.
I don't think I'm the right person necessarily to go down, but is Gray coming over to where I am?
Yes.
Gray, look down in the center of the crater. You see that? There's a little
I
tiny,
think so.
icy little piece of glass at the center.
What is it?
I don't know, but I'm not sure, and I'm not sure how to go about finding out.
I mean, we could always just go grab it.
Is that safe though? I mean, maybe somebody who can fly or something. Good
I mean,
choice.
is any of this safe?
Well, no, but I mean, we're going to have to sort of scrabble down the side unless I do spider form. And then I'm not going to be that great at necessarily doing much. And
Yeah, but I mean, you've got 8 legs when you're a spider, right? Surely one of them can hold on to it.
but what if I pry it out and something more happens?
I mean, that's fair, but also if it is dangerous, we can't just, leave it here for any random person to come by and grab, right?
I'm going to look over to Valistraza and wave her over. Valistraza, come here.
That's the problem.
I'm not sure it's a problem, but see down in the center of the crater there's a little tiny black glass sort of shard. Right in the center. Like, do you think it's worth investigating? And do you kind of fly down there carefully? Get it?
Or better idea.
No.
You didn't even hear what I had to ask.
I'm not going.
I was
Thank
more
you,
asking
sister.
if you've ever learned Mage Hand.
Oh. No. But I can do you one better.
Hmm?
I'll rummage through my pouch here. It'll take a little while, he says, so get yourselves comfortable. I'm gonna need about 10 minutes here. And I'm gonna pull out, it's gonna cost me money, but
You chose this life.
You're the one who
Yep.
chose this class.
I did.
Should have been a heart raven.
And we're gonna pull out, oh no, the Hargraven here would not have saved me. And we're going to put some pieces together here. And we're going to make a small construct. And it's going to cost me 100 gold, and I hate it. Thankfully, I can reuse the body and reanimate it over and over again. And yeah, we're gonna animate a small construct.
Okay.
And being Dragonborn, I probably would have the construct look like a small dragon of some sort. Just like tiny, like a little animated toy dragon type of deal, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
100 gold.
Yup. Let me check exactly here just to make sure I'm not wrong on the pricing.
Yeah, I was
actually.
gonna say
Give me
bring
one
up the
sec.
spell.
That's awful expensive.
So the spell is here, but it's a different chart for the. So give me a minute. Animate object. There we go. Because the chart is a bit different.
That
There
seems,
you go.
yeah. Like, I mean, if you had, okay.
Oh no, I can't
The
even
cost
afford
of
it
the
yet.
body
Sorry.
is 10 gold times its hit points.
Yeah, and it's 2 on each point, 8 hit point at 20 tiny, so I can't even afford it yet. Never mind. I can't even. It's too expensive. I'm too poor. Forget it.
I mean, can't you construct the body to have fewer hit points?
No, it's size and upwards. What I can do, I can animate a mass of loose metal or stone instead.
You just want someone to fly down there and get it,
You know
right?
what?
If it's arranged in a suitable shape and the
I'm
construct
going
hit
to
points
make a
are
DM
halved.
ruling here. I want to make a DM ruling here because that's kind of weird that it's like, no, it only has this amount of HP. You're the one constructing it. You can designate how many HP it has.
Okay.
That way,
Well, yeah,
that way it's just not like, oh, I'm going to make a tiny dragon to go play a crane game, and it's going to cost me 100 gold each time I do it.
No, so here's the thing. Once I've made the body, even once the spell expires, I can reanimate it for free, unless the body's been destroyed. It's just when I want to upgrade it or make it better or make a new one, I'm going to have to pay more money every time is where it's at.
Well, yeah, I could see that.
But it's the initial cost that's really high, and unfortunately, yeah, we're poor. So it'll get better as time goes by and I start hoarding money. But right now, it's just out of my reach. It's fine. It'll balance out. But if I can do it for half the health, if I just animate soil or metal or something.
Okay.
So we'll make a tiny little rock or soil homunculus here. Zap it with magic, pay 100 gold, and just get that little mini golem light, if you want to call it that, to walk down into the pit and just grab the thing and try pulling it out.
Okay. And you see just this little mud golem sort of clamber away from Knock and then down into the hole itself. It walks over to the center, just grabs the shard of glass, easily pulls it from the dirt, and it just as easily, because it is just an animated earth golem, easily gets back up from the inside of the crater and walks over and holds the shard of glass up to Knock.
Okay. We'll nod and probably just collect the little rock / dirt golem or whatever and just chuck it in the bag of holding for now.
Okay.
And
wait, you have a bag of holding?
Oh wait, no, we don't have bags of holding.
Sorry, the only person that has a bag of holding is Valeth.
I am so used to having one because of all the other campaigns. I just knee-jerk responded there. We do not have that yet.
You do not have a bag of holding.
No, it's fine. We'll just shove it in the pack. I mean, a 10 HP tiny little thing can't be that heavy. We're just going to shove it in the backpack for now. Let it ride on the, its little head sticking out of the backpack or whatever. It'll become inanimate at some point. Then yeah, after 10 minutes, it'll stop moving anyway. But yeah, we'll just use that for now, and we'll pick up the little glass shard, take a look at it, and say, "Huh, peculiar."
And as you look at it, this shard of black glass, for a brief moment, it just looks like it was some sort of not tilted, but tinted glass somewhere in the home.
Mm-hmm.
But as you study it, you see just like just a brief glint of light sort of streak across it, and as it does, it illuminates just this dark black mist that's not necessarily contained in the glass, but it's almost as if you're looking into somewhere else through it.
Interesting. Huh, never seen that before. Yeah, we'll describe what we just saw to everybody else, that, it seems like we saw something inside. Some mist roiling inside.
Mist inside.
Never seen something quite like it, to say the least, sister.
No, I don't think that is not something I've seen before.
Quite the same.
Do you have anybody who can identify what it?
I might be able to, but I need a minute or so to do it, and I don't know if here's the right place for that.
No, not here. But probably not somewhere where there's a lot of people. We're supposed to be going to a celebration. My parents' estate. Maybe we could find a spot there. We could.
Hmm. Opinions, anyone else?
We can always find a spot, or we can deal with it in the morning.
Yeah,
Something we need to sit
anywhere
down
that
and have
isn't
a
here.
look at some point when we're in a better spot to do so.
Yeah.
We should probably stop by somewhere to clean ourselves up before we head to the party. Pretty sure we're gonna give our parents a heart attack. As Rin's probably half covered in spots of blood and singe.
Yeah, you did kind of take a beating.
A little bit. Halfway. Half a beating.
Action of
Half
the
a
beating.
beating.
I mean, I'll be fine. I just need to wash up, though.
Do you think it's okay for us to like split up for a moment to go clean up, or do you think, I don't know, that whole thing was weird? You don't think something's like watching us now or anything like that, do you?
Rin kind of looks around and just kind of shrugs.
Rin, give me his perception check.
Oh, God. Okay, that's not bad. That is going to be an 18.
An 18. As you look around, you catch just a brief glint of light from a ringed finger a little farther away from you, near like the closest building before the house, before the walkway up to the house. And you see a large individual sort of just cloaked, their features covered, though you do see a scaled hand with a very like elaborate looking gold and silver ring that catches the light and your attention. And as you turn to look and your eyes are sort of caught for just a moment, they just tuck away out of sight.
So Rin will do her best to continue looking around as if she did not see anything, and then shrug at the group and be like, can't hurt to be safe.
So we should stick together then.
Yes. Just for now, till we know what's up.
So who is volunteering their house and their house's bathroom for all of us to individually get cleaned up in?
You can see Nock looking at Val right now with the oh no look on his face.
We can stop by Mom's shop. There's probably no one there this time of night, and we just use the bathroom. All of your guys' houses are pretty far away, except Gray's and mine. Sound like a plan?
Should be fine.
Sure.
We should swing by home and make sure Father's not overdoing it, though, sister. He did seem quite eager.
He does tend to get a little excitable when
Food is involved.
My dad went to get him. He should be able to. No, that probably made it worse. That probably made it worse. Well, you want to clean up with us before you go?
So who's going to carry this shard thing?
Mint put it in his pocket.
Well, more like in my belt pouch, but yes, it's right here.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, I think Nox got it for now.
Yeah. Did you wrap it in something first just to be safe? Maybe?
Yes, I absolutely wrapped it in something to be safe.
I'm sorry, I'm just a little nervous about it.
No, you're fine, and you'll see Knock like kind of reach into the bag and just surreptitiously wrap the gem in a in a cloth.
Absolutely no, I didn't.
I'm a responsible mage. How dare you?
I'm a responsible
Meanwhile-
wizard, lied the wizard.
Right.
Lies. The wizard's gonna lick the object first.
True.
Wait, that's not how you cast identify? I've been
I was
lied
just to
to.
say, how else do you identify it?
No, I take a Crayola. I rub it against the Crayola, and then I taste the Crayola.
You gotta go through the 5 senses first, you know?
Yep. Just gotta make sure it's the right thing, you know.
But why don't we all head to the apothecary, and then you guys can head out from there.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Sounds good.
Okay, so you're heading towards the apothecary to get cleaned
Yes.
up? Okay.
Pretty much.
Thankfully, the apothecary isn't really manned at the moment. You don't know if that's due to just the commotion that's happened recently at the house that is now a crater, or if this is because people are closing up early in order to go to the celebration of your homecoming. But you're able to get inside without an issue.
Can Ren try and keep a subtle eye out while we travel to see if the person she catches a glimpse of that person again, to see if they're following us?
Give me another perception roll.
Okay, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You don't catch this individual, but you do catch another smaller robed individual, sort of like watching all of you walk along the street towards the apothecary. And once again, right as you check them, they dip out of sight.
She gets into the shop and the door's closed, and I imagine it was pretty sealed up, so there's no like real good visual into the shop. She will Ren will look at the others and goes, "We're being followed. I've clocked 2 different individuals so far."
We're being followed. We were followed here from
Yeah.
the house.
Yes, there was one at the house. He had, I think, were scales and a very shiny ring, and a different, smaller one that I saw. Keep an eye on us on the way here. Didn't get good looks at either of them, but
Huh. Well, that doesn't seem good.
Could just be
Haley,
someone
like-
who's curious.
Like Knock and Val? Haley?
I didn't get a good look. It's dark. They're wearing a dark robe. It's hard to see. It could be that they're just curious, yes. Could also be, you know, the guy was pretty paranoid about us getting in trouble if they knew that we knew he was there. So, could be they just keep an eye on us to see what we do. It could be maybe they're after the shard. Who knows? Someone is following us.
Well, what do you suggest we do then?
I mean, I was out in the field still, I'd be luring them to somewhere that I had advantage and then confronting them and asking
Sounds like-
nicely with a
Sounds like a
sword.
plan. I like that second part too.
Well, we do have a bit of a walk out to my parents' place.
Well, sisters, shall we?
We shall.
So
Rest of you,
just
a little bit of
to
catch and not so release. Then we're going fishing.
just to get a understanding of your plan here is you are going to lead those who you feel are tailing you to a more secluded area, and then you are going to
See who the heck they are.
yeah, you're just gonna call them out.
Yeah, we're not arbitrarily attacking them. It's just a matter of figuring out what's going on here, why we're being followed.
Yeah.
Remember, sister, no disintegrations.
I would never.
Velith, are you able to now? Where's the griffin?
He's away right now.
So he's not with you.
No.
So
He
you
couldn't
don't
fit in the
have
house.
flight right now. Okay, so the only flight enabled people. Well, actually, Rin can fly,
Yes, I can. Once a day.
but the Dragonborn can fly all the time.
Yes.
So perhaps, are you two going to take flight, help watch as we head out? Just all walking.
I would say walking's the best bet to while we lure them in, and then
Yeah. Flying just attracts more attention.
It makes us
Yeah.
easier to follow.
Yeah, I don't think we want to let them know that we know that they're following us.
while we're discussing our
Well-
strategy, Rin is grabbing a few rags from under the counter and getting them wet, and at least making it look like she attempted to clean herself up.
Okay.
So,
To not be so
what-
suspicious when we walk out.
So, what I think our friend is saying here, sister, is we have to find a way to fly casual.
Fly casually. Let's fly casually.
I don't know, but out of character, this is starting to sound like a whole lot of Star Wars quotes.
And whose fault is that?
Oh, my rotten Todor DM brain. We all know the truth. Let's be real. Anyway, sorry about that. Moving on.
Fly casually. I don't think there's a creature that flies casually. It's usually for a reason. But okay.
So what I'm hearing is I'm racing you there.
Don't get too far.
I
ahead of
mean,
the
if we
group.
want to pull attention, absolutely.
Well, that depends on the rest of you. From a scale of, 0 to I am now crashing into a nearby wall, how much attention do you want to get from these guys?
I mean, enough for them to continue following, right?
You can always do what you were doing earlier when I first spotted you, when you were kind of jumping, hovering. It's just enough attention that they'll be able to keep track of us.
Sure.
Fly casually.
Yeah, like, lazy wing flaps, the occasional loop the loop.
You realize if we stop flapping, we fall, right?
Well, yeah.
The loop-de-loop might be suspicious.
For
But
these two, I'm not sure.
What do we have to roll to fly casually?
I mean, as long as you're not doing
question.
anything that requires any sort of acrobatics, you can just fly casually.
No, we're flying
No
casually, I
loop-de-loops.
guess. Nope, no loops.
So to get this in my head and to prepare, the twins here are going to head out first and begin to fly casually.
I think we're leaving as a group. They're just flying along with us casually.
Okay. Can I ask who here is walking out first?
Probably Rin.
Okay, Rin. So, as you walk out, as that is not even as you walk out, but as soon as that door opens and you take your first steps out, there is a very sudden and very strong thud next to you that slams into the door frame, strong enough to sort of rattle the windows a little bit of the apothecary, as you see a large bolt like embedded into the frame of this door about halfway, just sinking in deep.
See where it came from?
Give me a perception check.
Damn perception checks. Oh, don't fail me now. You've rolled good twice. Yeah, probably not. 13.
13. It's good enough. Quickly just tracing the trajectory of where this bolt came from. A bit of a ways away, within like a clear view of the shop, you see another large robed individual sort of posted up on a roof with a very intimidating crossbow.
I don't want to be on the receiving end of that.
And hanging from the bolt itself is a small medallion that's got a piece of paper clasped in a small like bird's claw.
Pull out the paper and read it.
In a very poor common script, it says, "I know you has it. Come to the hole and give it to me. Won't
Wow.
miss."
Pass that note on over. And
Aren't
yank
we a
that
little
bolt out
old
the
to
door.
pass? Aren't we a little old to pass love notes like we're still in school?
Ew. But yeah, Mint can have
Oh
the
God,
note.
no! I didn't mean God, no. Not like that. You know what I'm talking about. Stop it.
She's gonna yank the bolt out of the door, though.
Something
Give me a
like
strength
that.
check.
That's something I might be able to do. Yeah, no, that is definitely something I can do. My strength, just a straight strength check.
Yeah.
18.
18. It takes a bit. Even with an 18, you are pulling at this thing for probably a good like minute or two until you pull it out. And this crossbow bolt is probably a good 3.5 feet long.
Yeah, just gonna. Well, I think we have to go return this.
Yeah, I don't want something like that being aimed at anybody we care about. So I say we go pay them a visit.
We're in agreement. Yeah, I'm gonna start moving towards the crater.
Okay. Is anybody making any sort of prep? Is making any sort of changes to their prep before you head out, or is it just we're gonna go talk to the scary person with a crossbow?
I mean, I'd be happy for a short rest, but this seems like it's a little more urgent than that. Unless, the creepy stalker is happy to just wait around for an hour.
After they delivered their message, they sort of just left.
Wait,
How wildly irresponsible.
can I rummage through my mom's shit and see if I can find a health potion?
Sure, give me an investigation roll.
That's actually not terrible for a Rin. Investigation. Oh, no bonus. 15.
15. Rin, can you give me a D3?
D3. Okay. 3.
3. You find 3 healing potions stashed underneath the front front counter, but there's a note on them saying, it just says reserved for Mr. Jeffries.
You know a Mr. Jeffries? That's the big question.
Do I know Mr. Jeffries?
No, not really. You don't recall ever meeting a Mr. Jeffries.
She'll take the scolding and take the health potions.
Okay.
And she's immediately downing one right now because he's not looking healthy.
Oh, I can fix you if you're injured. You never said anything.
No, because we didn't really use healers much out on the road. Something about always getting ourselves hurt. I mean, if you have enough spell power, if you'd like to reserve it, I get it.
I mean, if we want to just take a real quick rest, you don't have to use the potion or magic. But I don't know how urgent everyone is feeling that this is, so don't know if we have time for that.
How patient this guy's going to be. He didn't wait long for us to come out of here.
Well, I mean, he's welcome to come knock on the door and say hi.
Yeah, what is he going to do? Knock on the door and rush us?
Fair. We could just decide to go after our families, but it's fine. They're all gathered in one spot right now.
I don't know. Anyone like
Looking
that
at
tries
Doc?
to go after...
That could be an interesting moment.
Yeah, anyone like that tries to go after our families, and I mean, I think half of our families are, like retired adventurers and mercenaries and stuff like that, so they'd probably be in for a bit of a surprise.
There. All right.
Well, technically, it doesn't say on the note when we.
Listen, but the road... that might just because he doesn't know how to spell that. I can't write it again.
I mean, we've already probably been here for like 15 minutes anyway. What's another 45?
At least I was saving the scolding for my mom for taking these.
I mean, I didn't necessarily mean don't take them. Just,
Says someone who has not recently seen my mom angry.
I planned it to keep it that way as well. If she asks, it was you that took them.
If she asked me, it was you.
But then, who is she going to find them on?
I just wait until you're asleep. I'll put them in your bag. It's fine.
I am never going to sleep around you again.
So you're going to take about an hour to do a short rest here?
Probably the
I
best
think
plan, to be
so,
honest.
yeah.
Yeah.
Unless something comes up within that hour to interrupt it, I think a quick short rest is in order.
Okay. So you can go ahead and take a short rest here, recover any HP for the hit dice that you have if you want.
I do want.
Yes,
Thankfully,
please.
I only need to spend 1 hit die.
Somehow I don't think I managed to take any damage.
I think I'd rather spend all 3 of mine. Not 3 of mine, but I'm almost high. Full, so close enough.
Oh boy.
Close enough that anything else would be a waste.
Okay. So after your short rest, you're just making your way back to the crater where the house used to be?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, off we go.
So as you begin to make your way towards the crater, we'll call it now, you do begin to hear the beginning of celebratory music playing off in the distance, a faint echo being carried through the wind as the festivities at Spruce Home have already started. But you make your way through the city, through the quickly emptying streets as everybody's everybody who was invited to this gathering are already making their way either home to get ready or back or out through the city gates to head down to Spruce Home for the celebration. A lot of people really don't pay you any mind as to like where you're going or how you look, given the situation that just happened. They just figured you haven't had time to clean up just yet. You get a few friendly waves and everything, but they leave you on your way. And you make your way up that familiar dirt road back up to where just this afternoon a rather strange house stood, now replaced with a magically formed crater and 3 cloaked individuals standing around it, 2 of which seem to be rather tall. The one that's holding that menacing looking crossbow, easily pushing 7.5 feet tall. You can see like very carefully bandaged up clawed-like hands with just a tuft of like brown and white fur sort of creaking out from a couple of the gaps in the bandaging. The other individual, again, taller than most, probably a little over 6.5 feet tall, standing there a little more relaxed than their crossbow wielding companion. The only thing again that you seem to make out from them is that just black scaly hand. It's more humanoid, more human-like than say like a dragonborn, and they just got that singular like gold and silver ring on their finger. And then a third individual that you haven't seen before, or that Rin hasn't seen before, a little shorter than the rest, maybe if they're lucky, 2.5, 3 feet tall. You have a feeling this person is probably a halfling or a gnome, but they're sort of just like bouncing on the balls of their feet, just trying to stay active, maybe a little hyperactive.
Seems like we can't get gnome satisfaction.
And as you get closer, the gnome sort of wafts their hand, and a bit of shadow trails off as the sound around you dies to a complete silence. And you can't see beyond a small black shroud dome that's been erected around the area. And the three of them just stand there for a moment, looking over each and every one of you, sizing you up, it feels like. In your short-lived time as an adventurer, you all know when somebody is sizing you up and preparing for a potential altercation, we can say. And the large individual slowly raises the crossbow back up, leaning its head down almost as it's taking aim, just like a very relaxed manner, as if this is something they do on a daily basis.
I don't think there's any need for that. We're just here to talk, right?
There's a bit of a growl coming underneath this crossbow wielding individual's hood.
Yeah, we're not looking for a fight.
Where's the head?
The what?
The head.
Did we pick up a head?
I don't think so. The head of what exactly?
Oh. And does anybody here speak Knoll?
No.
No.
Okay.
Or take the deafening silence as a no.
All right, I had to make sure before I went forward with what
I can growl randomly, but I don't think that'll be well received.
probably not.
What do you mean your mother was a...
Give me a second here. I need to get the music. And the large crossbow wielding individual begins to go off into a sort of what you could only assume is a tangent, as none of you understand the words coming from their mouth. The other large individual like holds up their scaly hand. He's like, maybe a bit of decorum is called for the moment. These individuals weren't with him when he came into town, and we only saw them when they left before the house exploded. And as he steps forward, he raises his scaled hands and he pulls back a hood to reveal a very finely dressed Yuan-ti gentleman. Very bright green eyes, like along with the scales on his face, just like decorative tattoos, just covering like almost every inch of his face.
What is he again?
A Yuan-ti. a snake person.
Part
Oh.
snake, yeah.
Oh, okay.
You must forgive my friend. She is adamant that we get this head back from the thief that came into this town.
The head of what?
A statue. Some sort of religious artifact of her people.
Yeah, we didn't find a head.
And as you say that, the crossbow snaps over to you. And again, just more gnollish being flung out. And he places his hand on the rests his hand on the bolt of the crossbow. And just slowly starts like pushing it down. We will get nowhere if we kill them. She growls. And she's like, fine. Have your words. He gives her a nod. He begins to walk forward just a little bit, closing the distance between your two groups. We were tracking this individual after he and a couple companions launched a very brazen raid on the city of New Daggertree. They defaced and dismantled a statue to a well-worshipped, and I know it sounds weird, sea goddess.
Honestly, not the strangest thing I've heard.
We were only in the house investigating the source of a weird noise. We didn't find any head.
No, I would not expect you to find a head inside that strange house. Well, maybe one that didn't belong to this statue that we were tracking, as he just made his way back home. I would assume this is his home. But
Can I
made his
potentially
way.
get a religion check on that?
You can get a religion check on that.
Uh, 17?
17. There is a very well-known statue and holy site now in the desert city of New Daggertree, dedicated to the goddess of the seas, Soratil. We do not know why him and his companions decided to dismantle and make off with parts of this statue. But made off with it they did, and it has caused a great offense to my companion here and many of those who call New Daggertree their home.
We're like right at the crater site right now, right?
Yes.
Okay. Could I do either a perception check or a history check, if I would have maybe noticed it when we were here earlier, to see if there's any chance that that bag survived the implosion?
Go ahead and give me, are you actively like looking around, or are you trying to sort of keep it hidden that you're scanning the area?
I'll actively look around without, making them think that I'm trying to look for some advantage against them. I don't want it to look like I'm trying to be hostile in my movements.
I gotcha. Yeah, go ahead and give me an investigation roll.
Oh, that's a hell of a time for a nat 20.
Damn.
For 26.
Nice.
Sparkles Mandy, thank you for that raid.
Ooh.
I don't know if the bot is working. Or
It
it wouldn't be the bot, it would be the alerts. I don't think the alerts are working.
Yeah, Streamlabs.
Streamlabs, yeah, I don't think
Elements,
Streamlabs is
whatever it
working,
is.
but I have the little notification up. So Sparkles Mandy, thank you once again for that raid. Everyone, welcome on in. You said you got a nat 20 on that?
I sure did.
If it were not a nat 20, this would have completely skipped your investigation roll. But for a brief moment, as you are looking around, very strangely enough, you see a rosebush completely out of place on this now destroyed landscape. And as you stare at it for just a moment and the thoughts of the backpack begin to course through your mind, wondering if it maybe was left behind or if it was saved or whatever, just a soft illusory shimmer happens on the rosebush as it quickly forms, and like you can see through it as the backpack is hidden in plain sight with this illusion spell.
Okay, I think at that point, Gray is gonna just kind of like raise his hand and be like, I'm just gonna move over there for a moment. Don't shoot me. I'm not trying to get one up on you guys. I want to move without being shot, if that's okay.
The Knoll woman still under her hood kind of growls for a moment. She's like, fine. Make any sudden movements though, and I will put one between your eyes.
I don't doubt that. I'm gonna slowly, with my hands remaining in the air, move over to that rose bush, and I'm gonna, because I don't know what's actually in this bag, I think I'm gonna like stick my head into the illusory rose bush so I can look inside the bag without first pulling the bag out of the illusion.
Okay, for this to happen, I am going to need a deception roll from you.
Ooh. Okay. Remind me, because it's been a while since I've used a point of inspiration. Do you have to call the use of the point before, or can you use it after making the roll?
Let you guys use it after making the roll.
Okay.
If you want to use the inspiration to kind of save yourself from a horrible roll.
See how the dice are treating you first. I'm going to use that point of inspiration to re-roll that 5.
Probably a good idea.
A little bit better. Would be much better if my deception wasn't a -1. But I will take that 14.
14. If you alerted any of them, you're not sure of it. But you, like, as the Yonti gentleman is speaking to your group, you kind of just like slowly but surely stick your head into that rose bush. Which, if anybody looks at Gray, looks a little weird, because it's not just like he's sticking his face in to like smell the flowers. No, head is going completely into this rose bush.
Don't worry about it. It's a druid thing.
Gray's been up too long. It's time for his nap.
Now, as I was saying, I do not believe that any of you were involved in this. Though the last ones into the individual's house before it exploded, you must have seen or experienced something that would give us a surefire cause to believe that you were not actually involved, or those willing to pay money for such a defaced artifact.
I mean, like I said, we were just in there to find the source of a noise. We found a little crystal, picked it up, it set off.
A crystal.
Like a sending stone sort of thing. It was stuck and kept over and over again.
Do you have this stone?
No. We don't make a habit of taking strange artifacts with us.
Now remind me, did you actually take the stone?
No, she gave it back.
Okay. Pity. That's may have aided our investigation.
It's unfortunate. But we left that house with nothing that was in there. We left with what we came in with.
As I said, pity. He like walks along and he like begins to just like one by one just sort of like take in what you're wearing and like the demeanor that you're holding yourselves in. Your clothing and some of your conditions make me feel as if you got a little roughed up recently. Did you encounter any resistance in the house when you were acquiring this stone?
If you call electrified door a little resistance, then yes.
I would definitely call an electrified door some resistance and a crime.
It was a pain, is what it was. Hurt like a son of a bitch, too.
Well, yes, very few people do enjoy being electrocuted, but there are those out there.
Fair.
We don't king shame here.
He looks over the rest of you. He shakes his head. He's like, Shariva, I can't get a grasp on these individuals. Do you want to do your thing? And the halfling individual that was with them kind of just like stops dead and jumping on the balls of her feet. And she like, you don't know if it's just as a performance or what, but she slinks towards all of you, sort of like dragging herself back and lurching forward as she comes to stop in front of Knock. And she pulls her hood back. And you see this this halfling woman, her head completely shaved with a bunch of runic tattoos along her scalp. Her eyes are completely black, and she has what look to be roaming tattoos sort of traversing over her skin. And she smiles to Knock, and she holds her hand out. Take my hand for a moment, please. You have nothing to fear unless you are guilty. Then you have everything to fear.
Knock will look at her and just be awkward. It's not that he's like worried or anything. It's more like, how do I describe this? I don't make a habit of holding the hands of people type of a vibe. He's going to, how do I even describe this? Give me a minute here. I might actually even use a spell. We shall see. Give me 1 sec.
You're actually going to cast a spell?
Not sure. Give me a minute. Because if I do, it is one that does not have.
The curse of having so many
No,
notebooks for so many campaigns. I need to find
No,
the
for
one
you know
that
what?
I need.
For now, we will just extend out a hand and just say, "Careful, there's a little bit of static."
And she smiles and shakes her head. She's like, "We took care of that."
Fair warning.
And as she reaches out to you, and your hand gets within maybe an inch of hers, one of the shadows traverses up her forearm and leaps out of her fingertips and sort of wraps around your wrist. And like she's just very gently begins to pull you down. She's got a very kind smile on her face as she does so. And she's like, "Come down here.
Buy me dinner first, at least."
She's like, "Come down here, handsome."
No, seriously, buy me dinner first next time.
Just look into my eyes and try to think.
What?
And as like your eyes lock with hers, everybody else sees her, just like these black orbs of eyes that she has, instantly switch and duplicate Nock's eyes. And she stands there for just a moment. And Nock, you can feel her just reaching through your mind, trying to get to the to the choice bits of information that she is looking for.
So this is
if you do not want her to be able to just have free reign of the database that is your mind, you can go ahead and give me a wisdom check, not a saving throw, a check.
I would actually see. Would you allow me to do this?
Allow you to do what?
I dropped the spell in the Roll20. I would basically have my brain work in binary. See if she can read machine speech.
It says your voice and to a lesser extent your mind changes to communicate in only whirling clicks of machine speak until the end of your next turn. All clockwork spells you have cast have advantage on their attack rolls, or the targets have disadvantage on their saving throws. You know what? What I'll say is it will give you, I'll let you choose. You can either have advantage on your wisdom check or she can have disadvantage on hers.
I think it might be better for me here. I'm not the wisest fool in the, so I think I'll give her disadvantage and I'll just go with my roll and see what happens.
Okay.
Just because I don't like people checking my brain out. So that's an 18 for me.
An 18. Okay. It's a good thing that you did give her disadvantage because her first roll would have landed her 24. But she is only going to roll a 14.
Okay.
So, are you trying to resist, or are you just going to give her what you want, or what she wants?
I would have wanted to be maybe a bit more subtle than that, in the sense of like, give her what she wants as long as it doesn't land us in hot water, if that makes sense. If there's any choice bits that would be problematic, I'd rather those just not show up, or be blurry, but give her enough that it's not just obvious that I'm completely resisting her.
So giving her bits and pieces, but not the whole story.
Not enough to incriminate us or land us in hot water, basically.
Okay.
But not either hide everything, because obviously we've told her stuff already anyway. So it's not about like completely hiding it. It's more, again, a little bit more finesse than just flat out blocking her out, if that makes sense.
Okay. And after she sort of goes through your mind, you just feel the digging in your brain sort of pull back as she just very gingerly releases you from the grasp of the shadows. And she smiles and sort of like boops you on the nose. They were in there. They were digging about, but like they said, a bunch of shocking and a magic stone that they picked up and then gave back. The Yanti gentleman nods. And it's at this point in time you see the Knoll woman sort of just like begin to circle around the group. And as she does, we come to Gray. Gray, you stick your head into this backpack rose bush.
Real fast as she's circling around. Ren's keeping pace with her, not aggressively, just enough to keep herself between the crossbow and the group.
Okay. As you stick your head into this illusion, what is it that you are doing specifically?
I want to just look inside of the backpack, see what is in there and if what they're looking for is in there.
Okay. Since you were able to not fully disrupt the illusion, I will give you advantage on this if you're still trying to remain a bit stealthy as to what you're doing with this rose bush. You can either give me a stealth check or you could give me a sleight of hand check.
They are both the same, so let's go with sleight of hand.
Okay.
That's decent. 16 on the die for 18.
Okay. So you begin to, are you opening the main pocket or are you going to go through the entirety of this backpack?
We'll start with the...
This is a very well-made traveler's pack. It's got, the main pack area, but then it's got like smaller compartments along the outside for like just like smaller items and knickknacks to be placed into there.
I'll start with the main pocket, and while I'm looking in the main pocket, with one of my free hands, I'll be feeling the other pockets just to try and feel anything strange that might be in there, like strangely shaped through the fabric of the pack.
Okay. Inside the pack itself, as you're feeling around the like the little pouches that are attached to this bag, you don't find much aside from a couple spare coins and like a half-eaten ration. Looking inside the main bag, though, there is one thing and only one thing in there. And it is this large gray sack that has been tied up at the top with a very expertly tied knot. Though what appears to be on the inside seems to be some sort of powder or something that's easily molded. Nothing solid.
Okay. That's definitely curious, but because it doesn't appear to be what they're looking for, I don't really want to alert them to it and then have them take it without the opportunity for us to actually investigate it. So I think I will just leave it there and pull myself out of the rose bush, and just kind of stand up and do a bit of a feign stretch, and kind of casually stroll back over to the group.
And as you do, it's at this point in time you've noticed that the knoll has pretty much just set their sights on you as they've like walked around like the perimeter of your group just to get a better sight of you. Crossbow's not pointed up or anything, but they have a bit of suspicion as to why you were sticking your head into the rose bush.
I will kind of very briefly lock eyes with them, and then turn my attention back to the group and rejoin them, leaving the bag and everything where it was.
And as you rejoin the group, she slings the crossbow over her shoulder and begins to walk towards the rose bush.
I wouldn't go near that if I were you.
You're not me.
You're right, but unless you want to get a big whiff of a pretty potent poison, I'd steer clear.
They kind of like look at you for a moment. Poison.
Oh, yes. Are you guys not from this area? Yeah, those rose bushes, they're native to here. A bit of a rarity, which is, I had to go get a look. Of course, you don't see them very often. But yeah, the pollen that they put out, very potent, very poisonous.
And you stuck your head in it.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. I am a druid. So this is like right up my wheelhouse.
You see some of the other things he sticks his head into. All of them make you question his sanity.
Gets me in more trouble than I'd like to admit, but you know.
Give me a deception roll.
Can I make that with advantage since Rian joined in on the?
You know what? Yeah, that could be a help check. So yes, and it could also be true. I don't know if Gray just randomly shoves his face into things.
Okay, that advantage was very helpful. That'll be an 18.
Tilt's camera's bugging out. The green screen is failing.
Random images are coming through.
I see.
We're seeing in binary.
I will keep my distance, but I do love a pretty flower.
Oh, well, if you want a pretty flower, and I'll reach down and just kind of scoop up some soil, and I'll hold my hand out towards this knoll lady with the soil in my hand. Then a flower as pretty as you are, and I will druid craft a flower out of that soil for her.
She sort of straightens herself up when you say that, and she pulls the hood back, and you see that her fur is a mock combination of like bright orange and white, just with like flecks of black spotting here and there. Her hair is done back in like a singular like mohawk like braid, and her eyes are two separate colors of just like a very bright yellow and a very dim red. And she takes the flower from you. This one is smooth with their words. Dangerous. And she smiles and kind of like pats you on the shoulder as she walks by past the group with like the flower in her hand, and sort of like sticks it underneath the cloak into something.
And Gray just, his cheeks just go bright red.
As all of this is happening, those of you in the group who haven't really had any sort of interaction with these people or have done anything on your own, is there anything that you're doing or keeping an eye out for, or anything of the like that you want to add into this? You're muted.
Well, no, I was just thinking, no, not particularly. I don't have anything for that.
The only thing I think that Jade would be doing would be that she would be sort of on the defensive. Like, I mean, she wouldn't have a weapon drawn or anything, but she would just be on sort of alert that if things went badly, yeah. But she's not, like, obviously ready in action.
Valeth, is there anything you've been keeping an eye out for or doing while this conversation has been going on?
Just making sure that no one attacks the group.
Okay. There it is. I was looking for my eraser. I am sorry for taking up your time, and I'm sorry if we came across as hostile to any of you. But please understand that my companion's dedication to the lost relic of her city is quite ferocious, you can say.
Understandable if it was something precious.
Yeah, I think if somebody came after something that was as precious to any of us, we would probably act in kind.
You want to give us some way of contacting you, we can let you know if we ever see anything or notice anything out of the ordinary in regards to this. Definitely keep an eye out.
You would be kind enough to aid us in our investigation.
I don't see why not.
And see, kind of smiles and he looks back to the knoll. You see, Leah, not everybody needs a bolt between the eyes. Sometimes all we need is common courtesy and well-placed words. And she's not even paying attention. She's kind of just like looking between Gray and the rose bush. Well, I wish there was a means for me to get in contact with you or vice versa, but I am no magician. I am a mere detective. I am Detective Sola.
Somewhere we can send a bird, some sort of message.
Well, the Guardians of Peace are stationed in Glimmercross, so I guess if you need to get a hold of me, sending a bird to there would be the best means, and then my compatriots can get in touch with me with their own ways.
Good enough.
Though I must warn all of you, we are not the only ones looking for this, or the various parts of the statue that have gone missing. Not every one of them is going to be as cordial as we are. If by some chance you come across something that is reminiscent of a piece of statue, or you come across the head of it yourself, it is important that you keep it safe. And the first individual that you speak to that identifies themselves as another individual as me that you explained that you have found a piece of the statue and you are working in accordance with me and my companions to locate it.
Should we come across a piece of it, I take it then we have your permission to send you a magical message?
I would insist that you get in contact with me the moment you were to discover something.
I don't see any problems with that. I'm happy to keep an eye out for these pieces.
Now, if I understand, you and your companions here are guests of honor at a party?
We are, yes.
Yeah, we should probably be getting to that.
Nasty business, though. You arriving in a party in your condition. And the halfling woman, like, we got this. Everyone, if you can just stand out with your arms pointed outwards like your big old T's.
Everybody T-pose.
Everybody T-pose. She smiles as she rolls up a sleeve on her arm. You see more of these shadow like tattoos swirling around her arm. She holds her hand up and she just whispers, "Go get him." And she blows on her hand as just a torrent of shade leaps from her hand over all of you, covering every ounce of you for just a brief second as prestidigitation is cast and cleans you up.
Well, that is the most alarming way I've seen that cast before. Kind of impressive.
Holds her hands out as the shade just returns to her fingertips and just slides back down into her forearm. Yeah, they kind of got a mind of their own sometimes, but you know, they're good company. They're a good lot.
If I could be so bold, I do have a question for you though. Like this statue, the parts of it, are they magical, or is there something distinctive that might help us recognize them if we did see them?
Leah shakes her hand, her hand, or not her head, her head. There's no magical significance of the statue of our goddess, or one of our goddesses. It's a very strange thing, but no, there's no magical significance to it. It's more of a holy artifact. It's like defacing any other sort of statue that has been erected to the gods.
Is it at least made of some sort of distinct material?
Stone. Sandstone.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Sandstone.
Sandstone.
Well,
Does it have a sheen, a color, or anything in particular to look out for?
No. It's sandstone. But it's very hard to miss. It's in the shape of a entity that is half woman, half kraken. Or octopus.
Provided it hasn't been broken into tiny little pieces by now.
No, they've broken it. They've separated it into various parts to be able to carry it off. We were tailing the one who had the head.
Oh, I figured the statue itself was broken. I meant the head itself by this point could be broken into tiny little pieces and we'd never know.
Well, I'm hoping that that isn't the case. That wherever the head may be, it is still in one piece.
Well, if we see a random half woman, half kraken head lying around somewhere, or we'll definitely report it to you first.
If anyone has ever been, if you are one of the individuals who had spent any time in Glimmercross or any port city, you would know what a statue of Coatil looks like. Like, she is a very heavily worshipped sea goddess by sailors and pirates alike. Any trade merchant who goes out to sea is known, like, it's common for them to visit a temple to ask for her blessing before they set out.
So I would probably be aware of it from my journey.
Yeah.
Over Wyvern Crossing.
Yes. But you recall the multiple times that you have taken the ship from why am I so zoomed in on our map? What is wrong with me? Taking the trip from Beacon Point to White Shore, and then from White Shore back to Beacon Point. The times that you have taken this trip while you have been on the ship, there has always been like a small, you have always seen the crew perform some sort of like ceremonial rite, or leaving something of sacrifice at the foot of a statue of Coatil for blessings of a safe trip.
As Jade and the people are talking, Ren's going to hand that crossbow bolt that she yanked out of the door over to Gray and whisper to him, like, you should give this back to her.
Oh yeah. I can do that. And he will just wait until the knoll looks his way again, and then he'll meet her gaze. Before you guys go, maybe you want this back? It was your note delivery.
She shakes her head and like gives you like a very toothy smile. It served its purpose. Why don't you keep it? A gift for a gift. Your flower for my bolt.
Oh, yeah, I would like that. Thank you. I'll just kind of tuck it into his belt.
And Sola looks over to like across like the group as you're all nice and cleaned up and everything from the shadows. Well, if there's nothing else, I think we have taken up a bit too much of your time. Please enjoy the festivities, and I apologize for any alarm that me and my companions may have caused any of you.
I think it's quite all right. I think it seems like it was with good intentions. So all is forgiven.
Well, I hope the next time, if there is a next time that we cross paths, it's in a more beneficial sense between both parties. Maybe one of you finds the head.
Yeah, next time we talk, it'll hopefully be with good news.
And he nods and he looks over to the halfling woman. Shavira, if you would. And she's like, oh, right, the other ones. She just whips her hand, and the shade that was used to create that privacy dome retracts and flows back into her fingertips and into her flesh again.
Impressive.
Like I said, they have their uses. Now, if they would just shut up.
I have so many questions for you, but
I'm possessed. As she just bluntly blurts it out.
Oh, I don't know how to respond to that.
Trust me, I don't either. It makes meeting people very hard.
Is it a willing possession?
They're keeping me alive. It's more of
Wow.
they found me at a time when I was at my lowest and at my dyingest, and we made a deal. And so now I carry them around and they make sure I don't pass on.
I don't want to make any presumptions based on stereotypes, but I do have to ask, are you a warlock of some kind? Because
Nope.
that sounds very warlocky.
Aside from letting them do their thing and sometimes getting a little font of power, I'm not a warlock.
Interesting.
Truth be told, before all of this happened, I was a cat burglar.
Oh,
Yeah, we sort of met on the job.
oh,
Yeah.
I see.
And now I'm
Many
doing
levels in rogue, one level in warlock.
now I'm doing my penance with helping out these two, and mainly helping out Scales here with his detective work.
Well, I suppose as long as you're not dead and not, doing the bidding of some big evil creature, it's not all bad, right?
Nah, I'm not doing the bidding of a big evil creature, just the bidding of multiple indifferent creatures, I guess you can say. Not evil, not good, that thin gray line type thing.
Indifferent is not bad. Yeah.
Yeah,
Indifferent is nature.
they don't shut
Oh,
up, but at the same time, they're not barking orders at me.
Well, that's good. I hope it continues to work out that way for you.
You and me both. I lose these guys, I'm kind of dead. It's not that they've healed me, it's more that they've caused my passing.
Now, if they stop you from dying, you give them a post. Mutually beneficial, right?
Mm-hmm. Sort of like a tapeworm.
So it was not
I-
wrong that I was thinking parasite. Got it.
Yeah. I mean, that's parasitic in a way, yeah. Well, anyway, I don't want to take up too much of your time. It is very valuable from the sounds of it. So, yeah, we will reach out if we have anything useful for you.
And I hope that the next time that we cross paths, it's less threatening and more camaraderie.
Yeah, that would be nice. We can, get a drink or something together.
Beats a crossbow between the eyes. But we've taken up enough of your time. Please enjoy your party. Say hello to your families for us, and we will be on our way.
Safe travels.
You as well. And as he says that, they all sort of turn and they put up the hoods of their robes again, or their cloaks again, and they just begin to walk out of town.
Everything that's happened today, I think that was the most unusual.
Yeah, that was very unexpected. That whole everything. Wow. Hey, thanks for backing me up on the whole rosebush thing.
Yes, I was totally backing you up and not.
Wait, were you making fun of me again?
Maybe a little. It worked in your advantage, though.
I mean, I guess.
Would you pass up an opportunity to take a jab at me?
Oh no, of course not.
Exactly.
I think before we get any farther into this, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break here so we can get up, freshen our drinks and all that fun stuff. And we will be right back.
See y'all shortly.
I'm waiting.
Okay, we're back. So as soon as the three of them leave, leaving all of you now freshly cleaned up from a rather strange version of prestidigitation. What's on the agenda?
So I'm gonna wait until they are out of sight, and then I'm gonna wait a little bit longer, and then I'm gonna go and retrieve that bag from the rose bush.
Okay. And those of you who are watching Gray, watch him walk over to this rose bush that he just told Leah was poisonous, reaches down, grabs it, and picks it up. And as he does, the illusion around it breaks, and he's holding a very hefty travel pack. And Gray, when you pick it up, it feels to be about 20-ish pounds.
And then I'm gonna open it up, and the sack that was inside of it, I'm gonna open that up as well and actually get my eyes on what is exactly in there.
So the sack itself is rather large, and this seems to be predominantly what is adding the weight to this backpack. So if you were to take it out and then take the bag out and then open it like that, you could.
Could I just set the backpack down on the ground and open the inner bag that way without taking it out of the backpack?
Yep.
Okay, I will do that.
Though I will have to ask you to make a dexterity check to untie this knot, because I did say it was very expertly tied.
I can do dexterity 14.
14's good. It takes you a little bit and a little bit of struggle, and you slip a couple times, but you're able to get it open finally. And as you do, and you open it up and you look inside, it is just it's just a large collection of what looks to be granulated sandstone.
That doesn't bode well.
Not as if like something was like dropped and oops, it broke, but this looks like it's been processed down to this level.
Yeah, like deliberately ground down into a powder type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do the rest of us see this?
Mm-hmm. You see him set that back down and open something up inside, though unless you were to walk over and investigate it, you wouldn't see it, because he's kept the sack of this granulated sandstone in the backpack itself.
Would you allow me to see?
Yeah, I'm about to do something with it, but anyone is more than welcome to just wander over and look and see what I'm doing.
Yeah, we'll take a look, and then look at Gray and go, is that what I think it is?
Well, I'm about to find out.
If you need some help with that, I'm pretty sure we can both do the thing.
Well, if mine doesn't work, it's all yours. And I'm gonna stick my hand in the bag, so I'm touching the powder or the granules, and then I'm going to cast Read Object.
Can you bring up? There we go.
Does a slew of things, but to TLDR, it's a 1 minute concentration, and over the course of that minute, I learn some information about the item that I am touching, and the order in which that information comes to me is entirely up to you. But the one piece of information I'm mainly looking for here is information regarding the item's historical significance, if any.
Each round, the GM may give you one piece of information related to its ownership and handling. I determine that its particular item does not have enough psychic residue to provide a clear impression. Okay. So just to get a sense of a passage of time, how long are you keeping contact with this item?
I'm going to keep in contact with it for the full minute, the full 1 minute of the spell, because a new piece of information comes to me every 6 seconds.
Okay. So placing your hand on this sack of granulated sandstone, the information starts out as you probably expect it would have. The item has no name. It's a bag of sandstone. Visual representation, you see, you don't see Kalen. Instead, you see a half-orc gentleman, blind in one eye. In his hand is the large sack itself that he places into the backpack. He is overjoyed. This is to him, as he's placing this sack of sandstone into this backpack, it's a cause of celebration for him. You also get a welling sense of greed from him. And then for the longest time, nothing seems to come to you. But within the last 10 seconds or so of your spell, when you not only get a glimpse of what the sandstone used to be, but you get to see what it was a part of as a whole. As you first see a statue shape its face, a head of a woman. And as the spell continues on, the statue sort of zooms out of a little bit farther away until you get like a 360 view of a sandstone statue of the sea goddess Coatil, and it coming to rest at the foot of the waters of an oasis. And as this information is provided to you, the spell begins to fade.
As I process everything that I just learned and just saw, I'll look up at the group and yeah, this is what we think it is. Or was, rather.
Would you be comfortable letting me hang out with the bag for a while?
Yeah, I mean, I don't plan on taking it away anywhere at the moment. Just thinking about whether we should get in contact with those people or not.
Let me see if I can do anything to help this thing. And we'll go from there, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, by all means.
Cool.
They did mention... Go ahead.
No, we're gonna attach this thing at our belt. And as the day goes...
You cannot attach this thing to the belt. It is a 20-pound bag of sandstone.
20 pounds too heavy? Okay.
Have you ever tried to attach 20 pounds to your hip and walk?
It's not fun. It's doable, but it's not fun. Yes, you're sore by the end of the day.
Talking to a martial artist.
You're sore, and it's going to catch attention because you have a very large bag of sandstone attached to you.
True, it is probably fairly big. But I could put it in the backpack and just wear the backpack backwards on my chest and do it. That would work. But
Yeah.
anyway, it doesn't matter. Probably gonna do it that way then. And we're gonna shove our hand in the sandstone.
Everyone wants to touch the sandstone, apparently.
And this is going to be extremely long and tedious and probably painful for me by the end of the day. And if you want to give me a couple of levels of exhaustion, I'll let you have fun with that. Aren't you excited? I'm going to spend the whole damn day casting mending into that bag on repeat and just knitting back 2 grains of sandstone at a time if I have to.
Are you going to start this while you are headed towards the party, or would you want to start this at like after you've had some rest and it's a new day?
I mean, I'll start whichever capacity I can do without like completely ruining my health right now, and I'll stop when it gets to be too much. And then of course I'll start again tomorrow after I've rested for sure. However much progress you'll allow, would that make sense for the character and for what exhaustion I could be able to,
Given the fact, I'm gonna leave this up to like entirely up to you as the player and the character. Given what you have just experienced with these 3 and knowing what they're looking for, would Nock have any sort of caution or even like a voice in the back of his head that would tell him that maybe bringing this to the party may raise suspicion and to maybe start the next day? Or is he more of the sort to throw caution to the wind and just say, fuck it, we ball, and start doing the mending while he's at the party?
Yeah, well, it's kind of more like the weird wizard thing where the wizard's got his hand in a bag of sand and you don't know why. But if those people, like, is this party like open and the whole town is showing up, or is it just our families and people close to us?
It's family and immediate friends. So it's going to be a decently sized social gathering.
Okay, yeah, too many people that might open their mouths and talk. In that case, forget it. I thought it was just going to be like close family and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like just close people to our family, like our families and stuff. But no, if you're telling me friends and potentially loose lips and whatever, like yeah, hell no, we're starting this calmly tomorrow.
Okay.
That's a context thing, you know.
Before we actually take that anywhere. Should we just get back in contact with them and give it to them and tell them what it is?
Or do we want to fix it first, or do we want to just hand it back to them as a pile of sand?
We can offer them to fix it. I mean, they said others are looking for this, and the others might be more violent.
Yeah, and I don't want to lead any violent people back to our families.
I don't know what the Nole is going to do if she finds out we hid this for a day.
You know what? Nock kind of like raises both of his hands. Entirely up to you guys. I'm just the magic dude.
I mean, I do like the idea of repairing it, and I'd be happy to assist with that as well. But I don't know what the best option here is. I mean, do we have any reason not to just give it to them right away?
Aside from the fact that it's been ground into dust, no.
And that's not our fault.
Are they gonna
We
believe
stumbled
that?
across the bag as we were leaving and found out that through a spell what it was.
Again, are they going to believe that?
I mean, wouldn't it be worse to fix it without telling them? Like, then we're going to hand it to them and say, oh, look, we've got it. Like, maybe if we just say, look what we found.
You know
I
what?
think it's more believable we stumbled across it as we left than it is to hold on for a day first.
Good enough then.
You need-
Let's just let them know we found the sand.
I mean, does Valeth have an opinion on this? Or Val?
I mean, if we fix it and give it back, you'd say, hey, we have it fixed and here it is. If we don't fix it, I mean, that's a hey, we can. So, I mean, I don't think you've got a right and a wrong here.
Bill, if you've been around the world a little more, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with Val.
So just give them the choice on whether we fix it or not.
Mm-hmm.
Works for me.
Does anyone have a way of
Like, it's not like we're trying to rebuild it to sell it or something silly. We're just fixing it.
Sure.
I just don't think we want them to think that we've tried to deceive them.
So let's just tell them. Let's go right away. You're right. If this thing is a time bomb, the faster we unload it, the safer we are.
Okay, yeah, I can get behind that. Now, when I asked for permission to contact them magically, I thought this was something that was going to happen like a long time from now. I don't actually have the means to contact them magically, but I can get a message out there for them to see, hopefully.
Well, just for context, they haven't really been away from you guys very long. If you were to run or send somebody who is fast or even has the means of flight, you could probably catch them before they're too far out of town.
Okay, yeah,
Rock,
how about
paper,
we all
scissors, which
just...
one of us is going?
Could quickly just fly and catch up to them.
Yeah,
That sounds like
let's
a
do
good
that.
idea. Just try not to startle the one with the crossbow.
Sounds like we've made a decision then.
Okay. Who is going, with those of you who can fly, who's going to go, deliver the news?
Well, not the one carrying the 20-pound bag of rock, probably.
So that
I mean,
leaves...
you can if you want,
I
but
mean, isn't the whole purpose to bring them back the 20-pound bag of rock?
I
Can we
mean,
just not load the 20-pound bags of rock on the Griffin and just fly it over the three of us and just hand everything back?
Griffin's not here.
Well, no, but the Griffin can be summoned.
I mean, we're in
Like,
town now. We're
he's
not in
close.
the tiny building anywhere.
He isn't necessarily with you, but at the same time, he's close by to where Valeth were to need him or were to call him, he'd show up.
Well, I'd rather not carry 20-pound bag of rock throughout the airs. If your Griffin is strong enough to handle it, I would appreciate maybe the help here, Valeth. Hello? I was talking to you.
Yeah, sure.
Or we can just go get them and have them come to us.
Well, someone pick something. I'm just a magic guy.
I'm just the magic guy. New shirt. All right, so yeah, Vale, if you want to summon your Griffin, he could be there within a flash, and he can take you and whoever else wants to join in on the festivities of returning the bag.
Sure, I'll put a whistle and call my Griffin.
Okay. You call your Griffin, and probably about a minute passes before you see him coming down for descent and landing in front of you. You see he's got like a little bit of like blood on his beak as looks like he was in the middle of a meal or he had just finished.
So what am I doing? Am I just chasing them down? Is that what's going on?
I believe the plan is they're going to give you the bag of sandstone, and you're going to like pretty much cut them off to like let them know that you guys have found the head and just like give it to them. Is that correct?
That's the gist of it, yeah.
Yeah, and then potentially, like I said, offer to fix it if ever they need it fixed.
All right, is anybody going with, or are you just letting Vela take this solo?
I'll fly with.
Yeah, I don't want to load too many people onto the Griffin, so I'll let them go by air, but I will start running in that direction as well
Okay.
to catch up
It's
with them
okay, Grin.
afterwards.
It's okay, Grin. Rin has you. I can pop out wings and fake you there too.
I mean, I wasn't gonna ask, but I won't say no.
This would not be the first time I've carried you today, or even the second.
That's true.
I think if maybe one of the Dragonborn can handle Jade, we could all go.
Okay. I think you can all like double up if you need to and make your way down. So yeah, you fly like all of you. Those of you who have wings take to the air, though, carrying a couple of you who don't have the gift of flight. And you make your way through the sky over the rooftops of the city. And just shortly out of town, you find the three individuals that you were just conversing with. They seem to be in a conversation of their own, completely caught off guard that a bunch of flying individuals are passing overhead. Off in the distance, you can see the fires and torchlights of Spruce Home, already in the midst of the start of a party. Just as you, I'm gonna assume you're going to make yourselves known and not just do a sneaky approach on any of them.
Yeah, I was about to say we
Yeah, no,
probably
we don't
alert
need
them.
crossbow to the face.
Yeah, alert them to our presence before arriving, so we don't get exactly that.
Okay. So I'm gonna assume you pass overhead low enough to where you get the feeling that somebody's close by, and you just bring yourselves and the griffin and everything down. And they sort of stand there for a moment. Leah, crossbow up for just a brief second until she realizes who all of you are. Sola turns his head. Did we forget anything, friends?
No, not necessarily. But we come bearing good news and bad news.
Ominous, but what is it?
Well,
Well-
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, good news, then bad news, then slightly not so bad news. But yes, go ahead.
The good news is, as we were about to prepare ourselves to leave the crater, we made a discovery. We found a backpack tucked away that contained exactly what you were looking for. However, the bad news is, and I kind of step to the side so Nock can pull out the bag and show them.
I was muted, sorry. I was, yeah. Remember when I said that it would be a bit of a problem if it had been broken into tiny little pieces? It seems like that's exactly what whoever stole it did to it. Yeah. We'll open the bag and show them the pile of sandstone.
And Leah, not really charging, but not calmly walking towards you, sort of shoulders the crossbow and descends upon you and quickly takes it out of your hands, Nock, and she looks into it. The bloody half-orc was right. He was telling the truth.
However,
She kind of like looks up at you.
have a way to fix it.
Fix it.
Yep.
So-
Back to its former shape.
So you would come with us.
Oh, I can have it done overnight. at great, personal cost, but probably in a day or two.
It's more that we knew the statues or the pieces of the statue were broken down like this. We kept that information away from you just in case. But we have a means, or theory as a means to repurpose the statue, but it needs to be consecrated first, back on its holy ground before we start rebuilding. If you're offering any sort of aid in that matter, I would happily accept, and we can begin making our way to New Daggertree.
As much as I appreciate, I'm unfortunately not separating from my long lost friends that I've only just met with again after 3 long years being apart.
They can come with us. You would all be hailed as honorary heroes of New Daggertree for bringing such a holy artifact back to us.
Well, that is more of a question for the entire group and not for me as an individual. And we do have an event to attend tonight, as we'll turn back to the rest of the group. Entirely up to you guys.
I mean, I wouldn't say no to a trip to New Daggertree. I would love to go back to the Mirage Desert. I was there once, and it was not a good experience. So I'd like to rectify that by, hanging out with civilized people while I'm there.
Okay.
And you can now see a little bit of excitement building in Leah's eyes. What about the rest of you? You come be hailed as heroes?
I mean, entirely up to you, but that's what heroes do, right? Fix things.
That's true.
Bryn frowns just slightly. She goes, no problem tagging along, but no hero stumbling across something in the dirt.
It's not by... Sometimes heroics happen by chance. It's not stumbling upon what you find that makes you a hero, but what you do with it. I would say it's very heroic to return a lost and yet damaged artifact back to its home. And Shivira pipes in. She's like, and gives us time to rest. I mean, I don't know about the two of you, but you got a couple pairs of long legs on all of you. I don't. I've been walking for days. I would like to, kick my feet up and maybe enjoy a drink or two. Set out in the morning with them. Maybe hit up the party. Food does smell pretty good.
I'm sure my parents would love to join us.
Sola,
it's not an extra chair that'll,
Sola
break
smiles.
the table, I think.
He's like, well, if all of you are interested in joining us on our way back to the Mirage Desert, now bringing this artifact with us, I would happily accept you along. I don't think I would be able to refuse, seeing the look in Leah's eye right now. But yes, we can depart in the morning, so you can still attend your homecoming, as I understand it is. And what a great way to celebrate a homecoming than to already have your first act of heroics.
Valith, Val, what do you think? Are you in?
Sounds good to me. I said sounds good to me.
Yes, but Val, what about Val?
Absolutely.
It's like Val.
Bay and Val.
Well, then it's unanimous. Been a long time coming to get back with these folks. I'm not splitting up now.
Well, it sounds like we have a plan then. We all go to the party, have a great night, get some good rest, and off on a brand new adventure tomorrow.
Leah lets out just like a victory cry and sort of just like walks by, just like one by one, grasping all of you by the shoulder and kind of like giving you a little shake. Shavira is just like, good. I need food and about 15 ales.
I think you'll find both of those things at the party.
It's like, then why are we sitting here talking? There's a party to be had.
You make a good point.
And as all of you have seemingly met a new group of traveling companions, and unbeknownst to you, started to return the remnants of a, although damaged but very important religious artifact back to the people of New Daggertree. We are going to end as you begin to make your way towards Sprucehelm for your homecoming celebration. But that is going to do it for us tonight. But thank you everybody for tuning on in. If this is your first time here, this is not the only show that we do. Coming up, well, what would be coming up this Saturday would be The Downfall of Propriety, which is a Bridgerton-inspired mini-adventure run by Malls. Unfortunately, we will not be having an episode that night or that day, as we have, as a couple of us have a family engagement that needs to be attended. But we will be back later on that evening with another episode of our lore show of Behold Lore, this time talking with HB Fox and their previous work and future works with the Sonata game. On alternating Saturdays, we have Withered Wastes, which is another 5th edition game that I run. On Sundays, we have our Pathfinder 2 Extinction Curse campaign of Wayward Wanderers, run by Azarin. Mondays, we've got Destiny Forge Campaign 4, which is our longest running show here on the channel. Tuesdays, we've got Star Wars Tales of the Outer Rim, which is a Star Wars game that is run by Tilt. And on the alternating Thursdays, when you don't have us here on a new era, we have Mass Effect Horizons, which is a Mass Effect 5th edition mod that is run by Zorro. But for now, we are going to head on out. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning on in, and we will catch you later.
Good night, guys.
Night.
Good night.